Hello Sumeti, you are welcome to another video tutorial. So in this video, we'll be learning how to make this beautiful, stylish neckline bubu. If this is like what you want to know how to make, you can stick around. Let's get started. I want to say thank you to all my returning subscriber. If you're new, please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share. To get started, I have this asoke. I'm going to keep it aside. Then I have 4 years of mikado. The mikado, I already folded it into four. So I had to iron the center of it to get a gator line. You should do the same because you will need the gator line for the neckline. Then I went ahead to mark 1 inch away from the upper part. So my measurement is going to start from this 1 inch line that I am rolling. It's a straight bobo dress, okay? So I went ahead to mark 3 inches for my neck width and 1.5 inch for the back neck depth. I'm going to connect it. After which I went ahead to mark 20 inches from the center of the dress. Then from there I marked 13 inches downwards. So I'm going to extend the 20 inches to the edge like that. So I'm just confirming, and I'm going to mark the 20 inches there to get the sleeve opening. I'm just going to roll a straight line. After that, I'm going to go ahead and get the hip line measurement. It is 24 inches. I'm using my measurement for this dress because it's for my mom and we have the same measurement. So her hip line is 24 inches from the shoulder line. So I'm going to roll a straight line. So from the neckline, again, I'm going to get the full length of the dress. Her full length is 55 inches, but I'm going to make it 59 because most times when you're cutting bobo, if you use the exact measurement, by the time you're finished joining and everything, it will get short. It happens to me a lot of times, so I like adding a lot of extra inches. So I made mine 59 instead of 55. So if you're making yours, you should add a lot to your own so that when you're folding it, you can now, after folding and you cross check the measurements, you can now check if you will cut away or add. Then on the hip line, I went ahead to impute hip measurement and I added extra 2 inches for ease allowance. Then I'm coming down from the shoulder line by the 30 inches to extend this line. So whatsoever measurement I have up on the hip line is what I'm going to put on the chest line. So for the hip line measurement, I extended it by extra 2 inches. So I added extra 4 inch to my normal measurement. So if your hip measurement is 40, if you divide it by 4 is 10. So it means your waistline is going to be 14 because I really want it to be big. I don't want it to be small. My mom is slim, so I like making bogus clothes for her. So I'm just going to extend the same measurements to the hem of the gown and I will just roll a straight line. So at this point, the next thing I am supposed to do was to go ahead and create the armhole curve. But now we're just going to go ahead and do the shoulder slant. I will come down by 1.5 of an inch at the edge and I will connect to the neckline like so. So after that, I went ahead to add ½ inch to the upper part. That's the reason why I left 1 inch on the upper part. I added ½ inch that we used to join the shoulders together because most times when you don't add this joining allowance, it affects your bobo. So I went ahead to add and I roll it. You can see the ½ inch line. Then I'm just going to go ahead to cut. At this point, I'm supposed to curve the armhole line before cutting. But after cutting this part, getting to the armhole line, I realized that I have to make my armhole curve. So we are going to make the armhole curve. Don't forget that the back neck depth is 1.5 of an inch. Don't forget that. So it depends. If you're making it for a bigger person, your sleeve length should be more than 20. You can make it 23. You can make it as big as your fabric, okay? My mom is not big, like I said earlier, so I'm just going to go ahead and curve my armhole with my curve ruler like so. After curving the armhole, I'm going to go ahead and cut it all the way down. So for this video, the neckline is the major focus for this video. So you should know where to pay attention so you don't get confused. So after cutting it, I'm going to spread it open. Remember that we cut both front and back together. So I'm going to spread the both of them open. You can see that it is two that is there. So on the left hand side of your dress, on the left hand side, mark 2 inch on the shoulder line, mark 2 inch away like this from the neckline, mark 2 inch like you can see me do. Then I'm going to separate the front from the back again. After separating the front from the back, I'm going to go ahead and curve the 2 inch I've marked. I'm going to go ahead to curve it to the center back. Now you can see the gaiter I ironed at the center back of the dress. It will save you a lot, so iron yours before you start. So after curving it to the neckline at the center back, I'll go ahead and cut it off. Can you see what we have? So the next thing now, I'm going to bring the front pattern. We are going to work on the front pattern. This one that we've cut out is the back. So now we've gone ahead to cut on the back, and you can see the 2 inches space left on the front. So I'm going to notch it on the front. So after notching it, I'm going to put the back pattern away. So I'm going to fold the front pattern. I'm going to fold the front into 2 again. I'm going to zoom this part for us so that you can see it clearly. So this is what we have. First of all, we are going to get the usual neckline. So from the neckline, I'm going to come down by 8 inches. Don't forget, we've already minus 1.5 from the back before, so from that 1.5 I'll mark my 8 inch, come in by 1 inch. Then I'm going to connect my neckline to the neck depth with my ruler like that. After connecting it, I'm going to cut it off. After cutting it off, I'm going to go ahead and open it. So now we're going to work on the left side, okay? So after opening it up, this is what we have. I'm going to go ahead. You see the 2 inches we marked, we notched earlier is on the side where I placed the scissors. But I'm going to switch now. So on this neckline area, I'm going to go ahead from that 1 inch. I'm going to mark 2 inches inward. Then I'm going to rule half inches. I'm going to rule a straight line, rule the 2 inches. Then I'm going to connect from that 2 inches to the 2 inches we notched on the shoulder, like so. Then I'm going to cut that part away. If you're still watching at this point, please give me a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, and share for others to see. So after cutting this part away, I'm going to go ahead and roll half inch downwards. So this line will serve as a guide when you're joining the collar. So now we're going to join both the front and back together. That's where we're starting from. So I'm going to put the front and back together. We're going to be joining the shoulders. So you can see what we have, that the opening part for the front is meeting with the opening part for the back. It has to align. I'll join and come back. So here I've gone ahead to join, and this is what we have. So now I'm going to spread it open so we can measure the neckline round, because that's what we're going to use to cut the asuke. So you're going to start from one end, the other end like that. Then you measure it to the other end. So when you measure it round, whatsoever measurement it gives to you is what you will use to cut your asoke. So let's say it's 30, right? I'm going to go ahead and cut 30 inches on my asoke. So this is my asoke. I'm going to fold it. This asoke I'm using is very light. So I'm going to fold it into two. But I will make sure that the wideness is 3.5 of an inch. So I'm going to fold it into two. And after folding it, I'm going to measure to see if it's 3.5 inches wide. Then I'm going to get the full length. I will not add extra 3 inches. So let's say I'm just cross checking if it's 3.5 of an inch wide. Let's say if the full length is 30, I measure 30, added extra 3 inches, which is 33. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut with my razor. You know asoke fray a lot. So after cutting it, I'm going to use my lighter to burn the edges. But I'm going to do that off camera, but I'm eventually going to show us how I did it, okay? So that's how to keep it from fraying. So this is what we have. The next thing I'm going to do is to get the midpoint of this asoke. I'm going to fold it into two. It is easy to fold. Even without ironing it, the midpoint will come out. So I went ahead to mark the midpoint. Then from the midpoint, you are going to come measure 2 inches downwards. Can you see? So you measure 2 inches like so. Then from the other end of it, go ahead and measure 1.5 of an inch from the center. 1.5 of an inch. Then you're going to connect with a straight ruler from the 1.5 of an inch to the 2 inch we came down with from the center. You're going to connect a slant line like so. Then I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. So if you check the neckline we're making, you can see that one part is bigger than the other. So this is the smaller part, okay? So you can see that the asoke is already fraying at this part. So I'm going to go ahead and burn it with my lighter before joining it to the bubu. So this is what I did. I just burned the edges. I've already burned it here. I'm already showing us. So I just burned the edges round to stop it from fraying. So yeah. So we're going to take the bubu dress so we can attach the asoke. So what you would do here, the smallest part of the asoke is coming to the smallest opening of the neckline. You can see the middle of the neckline. So this side is just 1 inch. That's where the smallest part is coming. That's why you need the gator. So the mark I made earlier is on the wrong side of the dress. So I have to extend it to the right side so that I don't get confused. So the smallest part is coming to the smallest part of the neckline. So from there I'm going to sew it all the way around like so to the other parts. So anyone that remains, I'm going to cut it off. So here I've gone ahead to sew it all around, and this is what we have. So I'm going to cut out the excess. So I would advise that you don't make yours as short as mine, because it almost looked like it was too short. Like what was left, it almost looked like it was too short. So after cutting, go ahead and notch. Let the ½ inch that we marked earlier serve as a guide, so that your notching will not exceed that ½ inch. So you are going to push it inside. After notching, you push the both collar inside, the both sides of the collar. Push it inside after notching. Then flip the dress to the wrong side. So we are going to join the asoke to the fabric, the part of the fabric that we notched. you know that the asoke is now resting on that half-inch part of the fabric. So I'll go ahead and sew. I'll go ahead and join it. I'll just sew it together so that it will be stable. Don't forget that we are doing the sewing on the wrong side. I'll sew it and come back. So here I've gone ahead to sew it, and I'll flip it to the right side, and this is what we have. So we're going to go ahead and attach the other parts of the design. So I just cut this part out. Now this part, it totally depends on how big you want it and the style you want. You must not actually do it exactly how it is. The major part of this dress is the neckline that we've done. So I cut these pieces of asoke out. I placed it like so, and I folded the edges. So I realized that it was too big. I didn't want mine to be so large, so I cut away from it. But it's bigger than this on ground though. My camera made it smaller, and I don't know why. So you're going to place it like so. You will make sure that this other edge is meeting. You see this biggest part of the neckline, the other edge of the asoke is meeting with it. So you can see me folding the lower part the way I want it. Can you see it? So shift it up. You make sure that it's covering that part. The joining at the neckline is not showing. So I'm going to go ahead and fold. Then I'm going to go ahead and pin it all round. So as you're folding, you're pinning. As you're folding, you're pinning. I didn't go ahead to trim any excesses away because what I folded inside was not much, okay? So I just folded in. After folding it all round, I went ahead to sew it all round, like to press it down on it. So that's virtually what I did. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. There's no Come Fashion on YouTube without you. I really appreciate you, your support, your comments. I really appreciate. So I went ahead to sew it round, and after that, this is what we have. You can see how neatly done it is here. It is very neat. Can you see? It came out very well. So this is the sleeve. I went ahead to fold the asoke. The asoke I used here was cut 4 inches, folded it into 2, it gave me 2 inches. I went ahead to first of all join it from the wrong side, then I turned it to the right side and press it on it. After doing that, I went ahead to add pocket. So the space for my pocket is 18 inches from the shoulder line. That's where I placed my pocket on, but I didn't show the pocket area because I already have a detailed video on how to attach a pocket to a boob dress, because I don't want this video too long. It's already too long. But you can decide not to add pockets to your own also. So here I've gone ahead to attach the pocket, and this is what the final result of the dress looks like. You're going to see it on my body. Please, if you're a new subscriber, give me a thumbs up, turn off the notification bell, comment, like, and share for others to see.